All right, checking in on our full forecast, looking at the damage is just stunning out there, Alana.
Definitely strong storms in the Midwest, and that weather, you see it and go, whew, pretty lucky here because our severe weather, not quite as bad. Taking a look at the sunrise this morning in Dameron Valley, gorgeous shot coming out of the southwestern corner of the state. We've seen some beautiful sunsets and sunrises, but an active pattern for the last several days. That's about to change as we head into Father's Day weekend. We're getting a bit of a break ahead of us. That Dameron Valley picture's just so pretty. Satellite radar shows us how those storms were tracking northeast over Lake Powell tonight. That's where we're holding on to some showers, drying out, but cloud cover in eastern Utah. Now, we've got a northerly flow, but that's going to change as we get through the weekend. By Father's Day, the winds are going to take a big shift. Impressive totals in the last 24 hours when it comes to moisture. Not a surprise in southern Utah where they've seen those stronger storms for 2 days now. Just under an inch at Bryan Head, half an inch in the Pine Valley Mountains. Cedar City getting more than half an inch. Richfield close to that, 3/10 in Kanab, southwestern Wyoming at 4/10. Tooele over a quarter of an inch, and Salt Lake International getting measurable moisture. So as those storms came through, we had an abundance of moisture in the atmosphere, and so heavy rain was expected. Now that flash flood threat was up, but that is going to actually back off for tomorrow. It's unlikely at the mighty 5. 70s for those highs. It was just a pleasant June day. Tell me you didn't love that. I mean, we're into mid-June, and we topped out at 77. Usually 84 is our daytime high. We tied Moab for highs, 70 in Vernal. Only made it to the upper 60s in Cedar City. They saw showers overnight and throughout the afternoon and evening with those storms. 82 in St. George, 81 in Blanding. It was a really pretty day temperature-wise, and along the Wasatch Front we had those drier conditions. Now, we did see some gusty winds. Notice in the West Desert there in Salt Lake we saw stronger gusts, but the winds are going to be the big talker as we head into our Sunday. Storm threat for tomorrow, it backs off. It's just there on the state line because high pressure moves in. It's building right now. It's taking control, and that means sinking air, drier conditions, and more sunshine. A warming trend is going to be kicked off as well. Futurecast shows us how we just scoot those storms out of here as we head into the overnight and early morning hours. Near Blanding, maybe a stray shower, but then that high pressure means business. Increasing cloud cover by tomorrow afternoon and evening in the northern half of the state, so we're going to get some high thin clouds moving through. Now, a front wants to track through. Our next system, it's right here to the north of us. Depending on how far south it digs, will really set the stage for what happens on Father's Day and as we head into next week. But as you look, the model sees that front kind of coming in and picks up on the potential of some isolated moisture by Sunday afternoon. I think we have a better chance as we go Monday night into Tuesday, but we will be unsettled for the northern half of the state. And the winds are going to be whipping. They're going to be the big talker. Strong southwesterly winds blowing dust in the West Desert, and we will see gusty conditions in Salt Lake, and that will help crank temperatures. Tonight, 40s and 50s. Cool start to the day tomorrow, 55 in Moab, 66 in St. George. Daytime highs still below average, but getting back into the 80s for Salt Lake County for your Saturday. Mid-70s in Logan, picture perfect, so gorgeous. 76 in Cedar City. 90s return in St. George. We'll see 70s and 80s on the eastern side of the state. Wasatch front, Wasatch back. We're looking at sunny conditions because of that high pressure with increasing clouds into the afternoon. Temperatures still running slightly below average with the 80s for the Wasatch front and 60s for the Wasatch back. St. George 7-day shows the numbers climbing. How about a 97 on Father's Day? The winds are going to pick up, again, blowing dust and gusty conditions. Those winds stay turned on for the beginning of the work week there in southern Utah, and we get cooler temperatures as a result. Father's Day weekend throughout the state, generally speaking, 70s and 80s. Now we're going to stay away from wet weather, but the winds will be whipping, and we know that changes things. Wasatch front brings that slight chance for the northern half of the state into Sunday. I went low 90s because I think that southwesterly flow is going to be strong, and it's going to crank those temperatures. Cold front comes through Monday into Tuesday with the chance of some showers, especially Tuesday morning. And we know those temperatures are going to drop. This is a cold system to the north of us, so as it sends the front through, we're looking at temperatures taking a tumble 15, maybe 20 degrees below average. So that's going to be something noteworthy as we head into next week. It's not going to be that stormy pattern we've seen for the last week. It's going to be a little different, but it brings its own set of challenges with the winds and those 70s, which I sort of love. Wasn't it beautiful?
It was gorgeous out. We were just talking about the last time that we could think of being in the triple digits. It's been a really long time.
It has, and St. George hasn't even hit 100 this year.
That's wild.
June 3rd is when they typically see that happen. They're going to get into the upper 90s for Father's Day, but yeah, not those triple digits. So we'll see how that shakes out.